Hey guys, welcome back to the Struggleville YouTube channel. For this video, we're just going to do a little garage tour. I want to spend a lot more time out here and doing some videos on working on the cars and maybe rearranging this stuff as I get new toolboxes or tool carts, workbenches, whatever it is. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to see the progress. This is definitely the before, even though I've lived here for 8 years now. I just have had absolutely no time to do anything fun or to do anything I really want to do. But I feel like for the first time ever, I kind of feel financially secure, so I want to spend more time doing things I actually like and not just working. So I want to show you guys the garage real quick, give you some, tell you some stuff that I hope to be doing soon. And yeah, we'll just take a look at things. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. I know one of the first things I got to do is figure out all this insulation that's falling from the ceiling, because that's a pain in the ass. I guess the good thing is the previous owners did all of this OSB or whatever and insulating it. So it had a heater. You can see that chimney pipe back there, a furnace, but it took up so much space back there that I just pitched the thing. I need to get rid of the rest of the chimney pipe, but as I said, I haven't done much work at all. The only thing I really did was the concrete floor I put in because I hated the gravel, but that's the only thing. But I definitely got to get the lights. There's 2 lights there, 2 lights in the middle, and 2 lights over there. I'd like to switch to some LED shop lights. And one huge thing I have to rectify, and I'm not really sure what to do, is I get mice and chipmunks in here like crazy, and it makes me so incredibly angry because they're gonna fuck up these cars. I know it, and they probably already have. It's been 8 years, but you can see there's just like mice shit on the roof of the car. And it's infuriating. But I got these ultrasonic pest repellers plugged into the wall. I got poison out. I got traps out. Actually, the poison and traps are gone just because last week I cleaned up in here, which it doesn't look cleaned up, but imagine what it looked like before. So I hadn't put new ones out because I got rid of it as I was cleaning. But all that doesn't even matter. The day after I did all that cleaning, there was a mouse that just like ran out of the garage as soon as I opened the door. I'm like, God damn. And I have no idea where they're coming in at, other than I know under this door, you can see they've destroyed the sill or whatever you call it at the bottom. So right now all I have is I stuffed steel wool in there trying to keep them out. But if you look, it's all the way around. The concrete goes right to a board right there, and then you got the walls coming all the way down. So outside of this doorway and the garage door, I don't know how they're coming in. The old garage door, the bottom sill was all rotted out, so I put in a new rubber strip to go across the bottom, and it makes contact all the way down. And I thought, okay, well, the rubber thing's not going to keep them from getting out per se, but they'll have to chew it or tear it up to get in at that point. And there's no marks in it anywhere, but yet they're still getting in, so totally infuriated by that. All this shit will eventually get cleared out. It can all go in my shed, well, most of it. But since I haven't used the garage, I've had no real purpose for dealing with any of it. See, there's a bunch of Harbor Freight stuff up there, the hammers and the pry bars, and there's an oil filter wrench over there, the little, right there, the little thumb wheel ratchet things that I thought would be useful, and then I've never even taken them out of the package. All those printers were, I had a pallet full of printers I got for $1 in an auction. It was an online auction, and it was a thing where you bid online, but then you pick it up, and it was a long drive to go pick it up. So once I won one thing, I didn't want to make that whole trip just for one item, so I put a $1 bid on everything that didn't have a bid, and then, you know, I bid normal on some other stuff that I actually wanted. And these damn printers, it was a pallet full that I should have just left them there and paid them the $1, but I took them. And the only one I've gotten any use for out of was this one here. I was using as a step stool the other day. So the only thing I'm thinking about doing is going through the model numbers and seeing if there's anything worthwhile to put on eBay. Maybe the paper tray people sell, or maybe there. I have no idea. I'll look them up and see if there's any parts listed. I don't know if any of them work, and I'm not going to mess with it. But otherwise, they're just going to have to go to what's it called? Best Buy or something. So got a couple shelving units of supplies, and I'm not sure if it's better to put things along the front of the garage or along the sides of the garage. I'm almost positive this garage is 24 by 24. I am very much pretty confident in that. So I'm not real sure where to put things. I'm definitely gonna, we'll get over to the toolboxes. I'm definitely going to be changing those out. They're old, but we'll show you my car real quick. It hasn't really run in 8 years, unfortunately. But it's a fiberglass cowl induction hood that I got from a company called Glass Tech. And got the MSD box. It's an Edelbrock 600 CFM carburetor, if I remember correctly. So, yep, poor guy. It only got parked because I'm an idiot. Look, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just some dumb bastard, and I like cars, but I don't know shit. And it had a really bad transmission leak, but it only leaked when it sat for a while. And I didn't know what the hell was wrong with it. I thought maybe the pan was leaking or something, and I hadn't messed with it for... I just never drove it because it always leaked trans fluid every time I went somewhere. And then I was looking up putting in shift kits because I thought, well, if I got to take the pan off and do a new gasket and stuff, and I might as well put a new filter in. And everything I read, everyone's like, oh, it's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. Well, okay, that's a relative term. If you're a mechanic, maybe it's really easy to do. For me, it wasn't that easy to do. And I was watching this video on it, and they're like drilling holes through some part in the transmission. I don't even know what it's called, the valve body, I guess, and trying to get fluid to pass. I was like, oh, shit, I don't know. So I bought the kit because I did find the video, and other than drilling that hole, I thought, oh, I can do all this, right? So I bought the kit, I get the kit, I'm watching the video, I decided, okay, I can do this. If worst case, I just have to keep going back to this video and seeing what they took apart and fix it, or do that. Fuck. I get the thing half tore apart, and I don't know if we can even see under there how much I got. This has been sitting like this for years. I don't know, you can't really. So I'm that far. And the next part I get to, like the kit that I bought does not match the kit in the video. It didn't have the same stuff, but it's the same brand and it's the same part number or model number that they used as what was in the that I had and what the video was. But the video was a couple years old at the time. They must have updated it, changed it, whatever. At that point, I was totally fucked. I don't know how to do this, and yeah, so it's sat in pieces ever since. I'm just going to get a new transmission. I'm pretty confident I can change a transmission. I've taken out transmissions. How much harder could it be just to put one back in? This thing has a 700 R4 in it, so it has a different length tail shaft. So we had to move the cross member and shorten the drive shaft. And the lockup torque converter is a bitch. If I can avoid it, I'm going to not get something with a lockup torque converter, because I even had this little B&M lockup control thing, but it's just a pain in the ass. When I first got the lockup torque converter, I just had a toggle switch and I would flip it on and off, but I don't know, I'd rather not deal with it. I'll take a peek inside. Wow. First time in years that I've opened that door. Man, look how awful it... God damn it. This definitely has to get cleaned. Jesus fucking Christ. Poor, poor car. You can see the mice just shredded up a towel that was in there. Keys still laying in the seat. Oh God, it makes me want to cry just looking at this car. Man. So that's the Caprice. Here's my air compressor, 25 gallon, 5 horsepower, the oil-free kind. Everyone hates those, but I've had this since I was like 14, and yeah, I don't use it as much as a mechanic would, but I certainly have used it plenty, and it still gets around. What I'm planning on doing is putting it over in this front corner, and then hooking up the hose rail somewhere over here. I'm hoping the cord to it can reach that outlet there. And I originally had it underneath that workbench that's in front of the Caprice, and you can see where the hose reel is, but that was an awful idea. For one, the car is in the way of the hose reel, so you can never pull the hose out. So that was one problem. And then two, if you have to do anything in the driveway, you're wasting 25 feet of hose just getting through the garage to the door. So that's got to get changed. So yeah, and then I got all these shelves over here that I'll eventually fill with whatever. Z Creeper. I love this Z Creeper. That hole in its, I got mad and put a hammer into it, but it's got a little pin, which you can see right there. And when you pull the pin, it lays down like a regular creeper, or you can fold it up like this, and it works as like a stool, or like the shit you sit on. I don't know what it's called. So there's the 3-ton Harbor Freight jack. The bench that I've never cleaned. I had to bleed the brakes on the Corvette a million times, so I use this little bottle, hook it up to the bleeder, and then pump the brakes and bleed them that way. We're going to be doing that again shortly, and probably do a video on different things like that. You can see outside. Had this little bench. Again, I don't know if I want to keep things on the back side or if I want to move them to the sides of the garage, but I want to put a Yukon. Wherever I put it, I want to get one of the new Harbor Freight Yukons. I guess they're not new anymore. And then I got to get rid of these toolboxes. They're just old and they're not real good. Like, these screwdrivers are too long to fit in it. And I can't remember how deep this thing is, but you can see I get a bunch of sockets there. And that's over my head. The top chest of any toolbox is useless to me because it's higher than I am. I'm short. So, but those are all Craftsman's. And then the other thing I hate about the mice is you open these drawers and a fucking mouse pops out at you. Well, not this time. We got all the Allens right there. Phillips screwdrivers there. They're all 90% of it's Craftsman stuff, so all Craftsman there. This used to have, and I think it's in the basement, but I used to have a full set of Craftsman wrenches here, and these are the SAE, and then this side metric, and then in between I had all my ratcheting wrenches, and then any overflow was in these. And a lot of these are Craftsman, but I don't know if they all are. And some of them are older ones, like the V-Series Craftsmans. So then these are SAE, and these are metric, but it's a shit show. Everything's unorganized now. It's all rusty in here because at my old place, the roof leaked right above the toolbox, and water just flowed through here and kind of messed up things. And I keep all my ratchets in here. So you can see there's a Husky, otherwise it's all Craftsman there. Bunch of pliers and crap. Half of them are in the basement now because that's where I just use them more. I don't know what I used to keep in this one. I don't know why it's empty. Got the vent crank to my Caprice. Still got the clip on it. That's nice. I don't know what that goes to. Angle grinder or something? I don't know. Fuck it. All the sockets. The sad thing is I actually own all the sockets except for maybe some of these really big ones to make this complete, and that's just how many are somewhere around here not put away. So that was the SAE drawer. Here's the metric drawer. And everything in here is just electrical stuff. And then my next drawer is just kind of another junk drawer shit. And the bottom drawer was at one time all my air tools, but now they're scattered too, so. And then we got this drawer, or this toolbox. What happened with the paint was, it was nasty and dirty. So I took some of this degreaser stuff and just soaked it in it and wiped it down, and then took all the paint off. So, let's see if we can get this open. We got a distributor, clutch, which I don't even know if it's any good. Probably not. Corvette part. And there's some oddball crap tools that I'll probably just get rid of. I can't remember if these were Harbor Freight or not. No, this is Cummins tools on it. Cummins tools. Anyways, these are awful vice grips. There was a set of 3 at one time. The worst vice grips I've ever owned. Bunch more sockets. Some are ones that wouldn't fit in the other drawer, and then some of them are like China tools and stuff. Some more ratchets. China tools I'll probably get rid of. These Crowfoot from Harbor Freight. I thought I'd use them at some point, but I've never used a single one. These S-wrenches might have been Harbor Freight. What does it say? It says drop forward, so probably not. They'd probably say Pittsburgh if they were. I don't know. Never. I'd use those once or twice maybe, but not too often. Some more wrenches there. Bunch of gaskets it looks like, huh? Carburetor stuff. I don't know. I haven't even been in these drawers in forever. So, new toolboxes. I don't know if I'm going to go with Harbor Freight stuff or not. You know what sucks is I have no way of, like, there's no reason for me really to buy the Harbor Freight stuff other than you guys watch Harbor Freight things. But, like, I'm not going to buy a $400 toolbox just so I can make a video on it because I'm not making anything off of that. Harbor Freight doesn't have an affiliate program anymore, at least that I'm aware of. And the worst part is, I do a bunch of these get paid to sites, but I mostly rely on referral income. I don't use them myself. And here, I'll let you look at the Corvette while I babble. But I did a video on this a long time ago. If you look at my videos and then search Prize Rebel, you'd probably find it. But I went through all this work of contacting as many different get paid to sites as I could to see if they would add Harbor Freight as a redemption option so I could get Harbor Freight gift cards. And I thought that'd be perfect because I could do like gift card giveaways of Harbor Freight, and I could buy Harbor Freight tools and do like videos on them without actually being out of pocket the money. And Prize Rebel did it, and I redeemed 2 like $25 gift cards or something. And then when I did the third one, they refunded my redemption and said that Harbor Freight contacted them and wanted to be removed from the site. Oh, man. And I think, one, I don't know why Harbor Freight would care. If they took a second to look at the site, Amazon's on there, eBay's on there, Walmart, Target. You can get Visa prepaid cards, PayPal. I mean, it's not like it's some rinky-dink scam site. Like, all of these huge companies, much larger and companies that are smaller, are all on this site, and they don't apparently care. So why was Harbor Freight having a hissy fit over it? But whatever. But it just really screwed the pooch on my idea that I wanted to do. Anyways, that's a long way of saying that I can still get gift card money from like Lowe's and Home Depot, and I may be better off just buying their stuff because I can use money that I get for gift cards. Now, I could just cash it out, PayPal, and get the money straight for it, but I just like the idea of using the gift card money, and then it kind of keeps me on a budget of, hey, if I don't have the money in gift cards, then I'm just not buying it. And as it sits, I make, I don't know, $300–400 a month from these get paid to sites through referrals, so I could buy a toolbox or whatever with it. So yeah, that's the plan, is getting some toolboxes and tool carts and figuring out what's the best layout for this garage. But as we're looking at the Corvette here, you can see I took off the master cylinder. My problem, the whole reason that I quit driving the car is because the brakes would go out. The pedal would just go right to the floor. You couldn't stop. The emergency brake isn't hooked up, and this car has a kind of a long story to it that I don't want to get into exactly in this video, but ever since it's been restored, it has spent more time sitting than driving, and it was probably 15 years ago or so that it was restored. So, like, the emergency brake doesn't work. It worked when it first got restored, but I'm assuming being up north and it sat in a parking lot covered in snow forever that it's just, it got rusted or whatever. The cable broke or whatever happened, and anyways, when the emergency brake doesn't work and then my regular brakes don't work, it was like, this is not safe to drive. I'm going to plow into somebody at some point. And it was slow. Like, I could go through maybe like 2 tanks of gas worth of driving before I would lose the pedal. But I just wasn't comfortable with it, so I quit driving it, and I wasn't sure what the problem was. It's not leaking fluid, it's getting air in the system, so my best guess is the master cylinder. So I took off the old one. I've already purchased the new one. I'm just waiting for it to come in. I bought it from AutoZone. It was only like 25 bucks, and they do free next day shipping to home. I bought it on Saturday, so I was hoping I would get it today, but apparently next day doesn't count over the weekend. Like, I just thought Saturday counted. Anyway, next day delivery, not next day shipping exactly. I mean, it was supposed to get to you the next day. So that's what I was hoping to do today, and I was going to do a video on bench bleeding the master cylinder, but I can't do that because it isn't here yet. But I like the AutoZone thing because the next day delivery, especially if you're in a situation where your car broke down and you can't even get to an AutoZone or it's just too much of a pain in the ass, if you can have it to your house the next day, that's nice. So hopefully that fixes the problem. If not, my next guess is maybe a caliper. I know one of them is messed up. It's the bleeder doesn't really thread in very well. It's almost like it's been stripped out. So maybe replace that caliper. And I don't even remember what wheel it was because it's been sitting for like 2 years. So obviously, well, I don't know about obviously, but I don't remember which one I was dealing with. So maybe we can take a look inside. This I actually just started up because I changed the fuel pump last week. And we started up and backed it out of the garage. I was going to wash it, but I couldn't get the damn, you can see the door panel's not on. I couldn't get the damn windows to go up. I couldn't get either one of them to go up. I just played with it and played with it and played with the switch, just up and down, up and down, up and down. And eventually the driver's one went up, and then the passenger one went up. But by then, it was too late in the day, and I didn't want to deal with washing it. But, I don't know, I just think sitting, everything's just going to shit. But the other thing I got to do to this car, and you guys will understand, maybe not with the hood up, but, so, because I'm like 4 feet tall, this is at my face, sitting in the car. I gotta raise the seat. I know it sounds stupid. I mean, I even have a pillow that I would sit on before, because seriously, I can't see. You know, 3/4 of my vision is the damn dash. I need to be like, so let me move the steering wheel. I need to be like somewhere in this general area so I can see over the dash. Oh, God. Short people problems, guys. But other than, goddamn, other than a good cleaning, everything else worked when it was parked. I mean, it ran fine. And yep. So, alright, guys. I know, not the most interesting video, but I wanted to give you a little idea of what I'm working with in here. I want to just, like, redo the entire layout of this garage. All new toolboxes and tool carts and tool benches, whatever. And just, you know, I was even thinking of, like, over in this corner, getting like a wall-mounted flat screen TV and running just an antenna up just for something to have out here, kind of hang out in the garage. So, thanks for watching this long-ass video, guys. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. We're going to do more stuff out in the garage, hopefully working on cars and doing tool shit and, I don't know, do something fun for a change. Thanks for watching, guys.